For more than 100 years, motorcycles have drawn riders in with their mix of speed, style, and constant reinvention. But beyond household names like Harley-Davidson and Indian, there are genuine rarities most people have never laid eyes on. Machines that were either far ahead of their moment or too unconventional to catch on widely. Here are the 10 rarest motorcycles of all time you've probably never seen. Some were built in tiny numbers by small workshops. Others came from major factories but never sold in large quantities. What ties them together is a mark on motorcycling history far bigger than their production run suggests.
Number 10. 1969 Honda CB750. Honda's CB750 debuted in 1969, aimed at American buyers, but it ended up winning over European riders just as strongly. It's widely credited as the very first superbike, pairing a transverse inline four-cylinder engine of roughly 736 cc with technology that was groundbreaking for its era. It was also the first motorcycle whose design process leaned on computer assistance. Back then, a brand new CB750 cost around 750 British pounds. This machine set new benchmarks and is still remembered as the founding pioneer of the superbike genre. What made the CB750 disruptive was pairing strong performance with everyday reliability, something British and American twins struggled to match. Rival Japanese brands soon rushed out their own four-cylinder machines, and the layout it popularized became an industry standard for decades.
Number 9. The 1990 Britten V1000. New Zealand craftsman John Britten hand-built the V1000 in 1990, and unlike most garage-built specials, it actually delivered on the racetrack. It captured 2 podium finishes at Daytona's Battle of the Twins and set a string of speed records through the early 90s. Only 10 were ever made, turning each 1,000cc example into a museum-worthy collector's piece and a landmark in engineering ingenuity. Britten built it largely by hand, using carbon fiber bodywork and an unconventional layout, with the radiator beneath the seat instead of up front. Engineers still study its design as proof of what one determined builder can achieve.
Number 8. The 1955 Vincent Black Shadow, Series C. Among the most legendary machines ever built, the Series C Black Shadow arrived in 1955 as the era's fastest, best-engineered motorcycle. Its 998cc V-twin, putting out 55 horsepower, could push the bike past 190 miles per hour, while its brakes and handling were just as ahead of their time. It stands as a high point of British engineering and still fascinates collectors today. Its speedometer was famously marked up to 150 miles per hour, an almost unbelievable figure for a road bike in the 1950s, and journalists nicknamed it the world's fastest standard motorcycle. Founder Philip Vincent insisted on quality over volume, part of why surviving examples remain so scarce today.
Number 7. 1925 Bruv Superior SS100. George Bruv built the SS100 in 1924 as the first bespoke motorcycle assembled from parts sourced across multiple suppliers. Every Bruv came with a guaranteed 100-mile-per-hour top speed, but the SS100, launched in 1925, could reach 110. Each model year brought further speed refinements, and by 1927, Bruv himself clocked 130.6 miles per hour on one, cementing the SS100 as an early icon of speed and innovation. The SS100 earned the nickname Rolls-Royce of motorcycles for its meticulous hand assembly and premium components, attracting famous owners including T.E. Lawrence, better known as Lawrence of Arabia. That mix of exclusivity, performance, and legend keeps surviving SS100s among the most valuable vintage motorcycles today.
Number 6. 1970 MV Agusta 750S. Built between 1970 and 1975, the 750S was the last project Count Domenico Agusta oversaw before his death in 1971. It borrowed its engine from the MV Agusta 600 but enlarged it to 750cc, wrapped in a Cathay Racer silhouette finished in red, white, and blue. On release, it was the fastest four-cylinder motorcycle in the world, running a race-derived chassis well ahead of its British and Japanese rivals. Just 583 were built, and today they trade for $100,000 to $150,000. MV Agusta had spent years dominating Grand Prix racing, and road bikes were treated almost as an afterthought for wealthy enthusiasts chasing a taste of that pedigree. That exclusivity, plus a steep launch price, kept production low from the start, and scarce today.
Number 5. The 1974 Ducati 750 SS Green Frame. Belonging on any shortlist of the greatest motorcycles ever made, only 401 green frames were produced, based on the 750cc racer Paul Smart rode to victory at Imola in 1972. Demand was so strong that Ducati soon followed up with a larger 900 SS. As the only round-case, bevel-drive Desmo built mainly for street use, it even earned a spot in the Guggenheim's Art of the Motorcycle exhibition, and now regularly sells for 6 figures. Paul Smart's win at Imola was a defining moment for Ducati, proving its desmodromic valve technology, which forces valves open and close mechanically instead of relying on springs, could beat the best in the world. The road-going green frame let ordinary riders own a close relative of that race winner, part of why it's now among the most collectible Ducatis ever built.
Number 4. The 1980 BMW R80 GS. Launched in 1980 under the name Geländestrasse, later shortened to GS, this bike kicked off an entirely new category built for covering long distances across mixed terrain. It's credited with helping rescue BMW Motorrad from financial trouble and remains hailed as the original adventure bike. Its Paris-Dakar rally success and appearance in Ewan McGregor's Long Way Round cemented its legend, all powered by a 779cc engine. Rider Hubert Auriol won the Paris-Dakar rally on the R80 GS, proving a mass-produced motorcycle could handle the world's toughest off-road race. That victory pushed BMW to keep developing the concept, eventually growing into the GS lineup, now one of the best-selling adventure families on the planet. Number 3. 1992 Honda CBR 900RR Fireblade. Honda engineer Tadao Baba pushed the company to rethink the sport bike formula in the early 90s, favoring balance over the extreme, race-focused machines of the day. The result, launched in 1992, was the Fireblade. It was known everywhere but the US under that name until 2020. It reshaped the superbike class, driving the shift from 750cc machines toward the 1000cc superbikes riders enjoy now. Baba's guiding idea was mass centralization, keeping weight concentrated near the bike's center so it flicked side to side with less effort than heavier rivals. That philosophy proved so effective that its handling principles are still built in modern sport bikes.
Number 2. 1994 Ducati 916. Debuting in 1994, the 916 brought a bold new look alongside a larger, water-cooled engine of about 916 cc's and an upgraded management system, a major leap from its predecessors that established Ducati as a serious contender. Despite its compact size, it packed real power, wrapped in a chrome molybdenum trellis frame and striking bodywork. Journalist Kevin Ash called it one of the most influential bikes of the past 2 decades. Designed by Massimo Tamburini, the 916 is often ranked among the most beautiful motorcycles ever made. Its single-sided swing arm setting a visual template rivals copied for years. On track, it helped carry rider Carl Fogarty to multiple World Superbike titles. Number 1. 1973 Norton Commando 850. Topping the list, the 1973 Commando 850 lagged behind its Honda CB 750 rival by lacking an electric starter and disc brakes. Engine offered a relaxed, torquey ride, prized for comfort, and the Interpol variant saw heavy use with police forces, thanks to its dependable, no-frills engineering. Commando 850s still turn up on UK roads today, though they demand steady upkeep to stay roadworthy. Much of the Commando's smooth reputation came from its isolastic engine mounting system, using rubber bushings to isolate frame and rider from the parallel twins' vibration.
That innovation helped earn Norton several Machine of the Year awards during the Commando's run, and it's still rated among the most rideable classic British twins ever made.
These 10 rare machines capture just how much ingenuity and history have shaped motorcycle culture over the decades. From hand-built one-off racers to factory models that quietly changed the industry, each shows that rarity isn't only about low production numbers, it's about leaving a lasting mark. Which one caught you by surprise?